This is Out of the Garage.
Hey now! I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to come in at the beginning like, Howard Stern.
Yeah, we're on!
Yeah, I could also do, Good morning, Vietnam! Hey, is it too early to be that loud? Hey, too late! Time to rock it from the Delta to the DMZ. Is that just me, or does that sound like an Elvis Presley movie? Viva Darnang! Oh, Viva Darnang! Today me, why don't they get a gun it, or why don't they get a rope and hang me? That's what the quote is. Anyways. Hello, I'm Rich Colo, your host for the next 45 minutes to an hour and a half. And with me here is who?
Oh, I'm Nate.
Hi, Nate. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm not going to give you the introductions anymore.
No, good. Good. That's an extra 30 seconds of news for us.
I know. And quite honestly, I was getting bored with it. And it's all about entertaining me. So we are here. We are here at iMaster Studios in lovely Grays Lake, Illinois. This is God's country here. Am I right?
There's a lake.
There's a lake. We're in God's country in Grays Lake, Illinois at iMaster Studios. We have Mark Yoder behind the controls as usual. Nate, who do we have to thank this week?
Well, first off, we need to thank Anna P. for coming in last week. She's going to be on WIDR in Kalamazoo on June 12th.
Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Just making sure.
What, you didn't know what MI stood for?
Well, I didn't want to make a mistake with that one. Minneapolis. I don't know.
Minneapolis?
It's a city.
Kalamazoo, Minneapolis.
Yes.
Who's the one drinking?
All of us.
Yeah.
All of us.
Cheers. So,
Well, then
let's go over some of the bands we've had. Jungle of Cities has got a gig coming up.
June 7th, Quencher's Saloon in Chicago.
And then we have a week from today, June 1st, Mallory Lennon and the Psychedelics, or just Mallory Lennon. I'm not quite sure who is appearing yet. Is going to be here, and she's got a couple of gigs coming up.
That's on May 30th, Berghoff in Chicago, and June 3rd, the Grace Lake, that's local, Craft Beer Fest.
There is a lake.
And there's a beer fest.
And a beer fest.
And
Got everything.
And there's whiskey.
Yes.
I'm sure you could find it there, yes, at the beer fest. Kai Anderson and the Pickups. We got their interview coming up on July 13th. They've got a bunch of gigs. I saw them last weekend.
I saw your posts. I was out of town. I went out to check them out.
Yeah, I went out to check them out. They're really, really good. Had a lot of fun talking with the guys. I bought them a drink, so that's, musicians tend to like it when you buy them drinks.
A little equity with them already.
It's always a positive. So they really did have a nice couple of sets, and it's not the greatest environment in the world sometimes. When you're in a bar environment like that,
yeah, sure.
And there's a lot of clanking going on and stuff. But they really did a good job, and they posted a video before they played on Facebook. I shared it on the OOTG Facebook page. So check it out.
Check it out.
So then who else we got?
Well, hold on, though, because they're also going to be at the Grace Lake Craft Beer Fest on June 3rd.
Everybody's going to be at the Grace Lake Craft Beer Fest.
That's something I'm going to have to go to.
We're not going to be there.
How do you guys miss that one?
And then the one we were talking about, June 9th, at the Tight Head Brewery. And that's in Mundelein. And then after that, we'll have an interview with Drown the Sea. Interviews June 15th. They did just release a single, Heart and Soul. It's on Spotify, and it is in the OOTG playlist on Spotify. So definitely check them out. Coming up after them, then we'll have Stereo Violet interviewing on June 29th in studio. And of course, a shout out to our comrades in One Ping Only.
They're no longer our comrades.
They've been demoted to just friends.
Yeah, because we're having way too hard of a time trying to set up practice.
I know.
So then we're actually going to do this again on Saturday. I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to survive this interview already. and then I have to somehow survive the Saturday's interview with who?
13 Monsters.
Yeah.
Which was a bit of a scheduling error on our part. Yep. However, we've rectified that by doing 2 podcasts in 1 week.
Yes.
Problems can be solved with extra work all the time.
And Jamie wrote me and said, "Oh, that's the time that the Rolling Bloody Mary cart comes out." And I was like, "Oh no."
This is the...
Here?
Yeah. You want to
come on by?
No. Do you have a helicopter?
No, that's
No.
we're working on the budget.
So if you have any questions for any of them, be sure to reach out. We have numerous places you can contact us. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we have the outofthegaragepodcast.com website. We are always interested in hearing band submissions. We have been using a combination effort at this point of bands we have found and bands that have reached out to us. And it's a great opportunity to get your band heard. And curiously enough, we're starting to notice that our audience is growing. So if you have any questions for any of them, be sure to reach out to us. We have our Facebook page, we have our Twitter page, and we, of course, have outofthegaragepodcast.com. You can always reach us there. We've always been interested in hearing band submissions. We have been using a combination effort at this point of bands we have found, bands that have reached out to us and applied. It's a great opportunity to get your band heard, which is the point of Out of the Garage. I remember now. The other thing that I was talking about was that how our audience seems to be growing because
It is.
because I have been contacted this week by bands in Boston, Philadelphia, West Virginia. I didn't know that anybody lived in West Virginia.
Minors.
Yeah,
Are
probably.
you going to them or are they coming
love
here?
the
No, they're coming here. And Huntsville, Alabama, out of
Well,
all
I think
places.
a lot of that's just that spiderweb effect, right? So our artists
guess,
that have been
yeah.
on are talking to their friends, and I know we had one group come in
Called
and go
everyone in
international.
Huntsville,
So
Alabama.
Did you call
And I
everyone?
know,
Yeah,
and
everybody in
said,
Huntsville?
Check this out.
there you go. And that's how it happens.
true.
I mean, we're still hoping
It's
for
true.
that Japan market to kick off.
Yeah, that's
after
right. The
Anna,
Japan market is next. So why don't we talk about you guys?
Okay.
All right.
Lauren's always up for that.
So we have Lauren and Vince here from the band formally, not formally known as Vince. Say hello.
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 Thank you so much for coming all the way out here to beautiful Grays Lake, Illinois.
It is beautiful.
Thank you, Vince, for driving me.
Did you guys pass the dump while you were on your way here?
Probably.
Yeah, you came from downtown Chicago, right?
Yes.
Quite a drive out to here.
We appreciate the refreshments.
Good. So, I went when I think you reached out to us initially.
No,
And
I'm sure you asked us.
Did I
I'm
ask
sure
you?
you asked us, absolutely.
Either way, but I was immediately I was struck, Vince, because I found out a little bit about you. You've been playing for not a long time,
Yeah.
long enough time,
A long time.
right?
He started at 2.
There's no way to say it's not a long time.
So when did you first really? When did you first start? Let's start with maybe just when did you first pick up a guitar?
High school, fooled around. College, went, oh yeah, I really would like to do this. I'd like to actually learn how to play this thing and put it to use, as opposed to just being something that I did on the couch and would learn half a song.
Right.
So in college, I was like, I want to learn some full songs
And so
and learn to sing.
Were you studying music in college, or?
No, I was studying theater. So it was just hand in hand with
Sure.
another way to get on stage.
what I thought was really interesting when we were talking about during our little phone conference that we had was that the first time you ever actually wrote a song was actually related to your theater work, right?
Yeah, I was put together a play based on a book with, I guess it was my college girlfriend at the time, and needed a song. Couldn't find someone else's song to fit the section of it that I needed. I was like, I don't know what song to do here. I can't come up with something, so I wrote a song. I'm like, I'll learn how to write a song. Let's make this happen.
And that started the book.
And there it was. And since then, I've been writing songs. So like 30 years ago.
Well, so what was was there a certain artist that you kind of like, I don't know, everybody seems a little bit different. Like some people just have kind of their own sound in their head, and some people kind of like mimic other artists maybe when they first start writing.
I mean, I'm sure at that time I was like, let's try and be like Bob Dylan. Because I have a guitar and I'm singing a song alone.
Right.
And he's that old.
And I'm old like Bob Dylan. At that
He's
point, I
not
was young.
quite-
Nobody's as old
I
as
was-
Bob
Not
Dylan.
quite. We
I
got
was
some
young
time
when I
left.
wrote this song. I was in college when I wrote this song. I wanted to be like Bob Dylan.
Do you still remember the song?
Kind of. I have it written down.
Did you ever go back and like go, I'm going to re-record this now?
I don't know if I ever have, but I have a crazy recording of it because I wrote it and then like probably just like it was my last year in college and that summer afterwards I was doing Shakespeare. When we got done with that, Me and the college girlfriend went to Wisconsin. Her parents had a place up there. Her
Near
family
Grace Lake.
did. No,
That is near
Near
Grace
Grace
Lake.
Lake.
near the Wisconsin Dells. That's what makes
Oh,
us
wow.
funny.
That's real
So
Wisconsin.
we're at the Wisconsin Dells, and I see one of these booths that in the '80s were the big thing, where you can go in and sing a song. And
Oh,
they
yeah, and, like,
record it to a
record it.
cassette.
Right.
So I stopped in. I'm like, if I brought a guitar here, can I just go in the booth and sing my song? They're like, sure.
Why not?
So the next day we went back with my guitar. I got in this little booth. They put a lot of reverb on it, which is a good thing when you don't know what you're doing at the time.
Right.
And it broadcast out to everyone who's walking by and waiting to sing their pop song that's
Right.
pre-recorded, and you just sing the words to. And I recorded my song.
So you're in this isolated little box.
Yeah, little
and there's
tiny
a bunch
booth.
of people outside listening and watching.
Bunch
you
of tourists who are like expecting to hear
pressure.
something they recognize, and then there's me strumming an acoustic guitar trying to be Bob Dylan. But somewhere I have that cassette.
Oh, that's
I don't-
awesome.
It's buried in a box somewhere, but I have a cassette from Record a Hit or whatever it was called in the Wisconsin Dells in like 1988. I think it was.
That's
had to
how
be.
old he is.
Ladies
and gentlemen.
I was just saying, he just dated himself a little bit.
We
there.
look we look a lot better on camera and stage there. Trust me, aging well.
We're doing all right. Whiskey
doing
preserves
great.
us.
Come on.
Whiskey is preserving us.
That's right. Something has to.
So
Um,
yeah.
So then, that kind of reminds me though. I was down in Nashville at Third Man Records, which is Jack White's place.
Yes.
And they have
that booth.
He's got that booth. He's
I
got the
know,
record
and I
your
was
voice
there
booth.
last summer, and it was broken.
Oh, you're kidding me!
Killed
Oh, what
me.
a bummer.
Could've relived
I
1988.
brought a song with me. I was like, it's a newer song that I hadn't done with anything. And it's just like one of my solo things that I'm not going to do with the band. And I'm like, I'm going to Nashville. They have a
Going
guitar
to
there. I
Nashville.
don't have to worry about it. I'll just bring the song printed out. 'cause
Right.
I haven't played it anywhere. I don't know it yet. And I'm going to do this thing and walk out with the little vinyl. And I get there like it's broken. I'm like,
That's
Well-
the worst.
and then their photo machine was broken. I couldn't take pictures. Everything was broken at Third Man the day I was there.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer. I mean, the place was great, but
Are you kind of a Jack White fan?
I like him a lot.
I'm a Jack Whiteophile probably.
He really is.
I really have spent a lot of time.
Did we ever drink with him?
Possibly.
Yeah.
You might have.
Really?
Yeah,
You shut up. Really?
We meet a lot of people at a lot of weird places.
Like,
Although
what do you mean?
I didn't really see them until they were really big. I remember you telling me you saw them in an empty bottle, and I wasn't there.
Yeah, I
so
saw.
you
I-
might have
I
had a
saw
drink with them.
I saw them empty bottle, but then when they were playing one of the fests, they were all at Double Door after,
Oh, really? Like a.
just hanging out. It was-
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, possible.
Well,
I
that's-
don't remember, but
yeah, I
You
think
don't remember? Damn you! That would have been my moment. I would want to remember.
there's a lot of those.
we
Yeah,
spent
yeah.
good nights of hanging out with people.
Yeah, if you're forgetting a meeting with Jack White, there must be.
They might not have
lots
happened,
of
yeah.
Really
Yeah.
cool
Yeah.
meetings going
We
on.
hang out at clubs. He still works. We both worked at a few different venues in the city, so you get to meet a
Get to
lot.
meet people, and we play with a lot of people, and we hang out at clubs that known people play at. We have weird people show up at our shows that are playing somewhere else in town, and they come
Oh
up.
yeah. And they
So,
tell you
yeah,
they're really
like
good, and then
Evan,
you go.
Evan
"Eee."
Dando and Dave Perner show up at Liars Club while we're playing.
Really?
They played a bigger place.
Yeah.
But they came over there to drink, and both were like, "Hey, you guys are great." I'm like,
Oh,
hey.
that's pretty
let's
cool.
drink
That was kind of cool.
That's
That
real
was
cool.
That was
fun.
okay.
It was fun.
Yeah. So, now. So when did you start? Are you from this kind of Chicagoland area?
Yeah, I grew up in just by O'Hare and in the city.
So then, is this where you kind of started gigging then? Was that the first, was this the first kind of area that you went out
Mostly,
gigging?
other than I did a handful of stuff that last year in college when I was first writing these songs and first going, I better go out in public and sing and play and learn how to do this in front of people. And then I graduated, came to Chicago, and started playing around whenever I could while I was doing theater at the same time. So I was performing anywhere I could in any way I could.
So do you remember the first like Chicago gig?
It was probably
Somewhere fantastic, I'm sure.
it was either open stage at the Old Town School, or I used to go to this open stage at a place called the Roxy on Fullerton. And in the end, like the family that owns it, it's Kimmy Murray's
Oh.
family used to own it.
She works at the Wire
She
in
worked
Berwyn.
at Wire in
Oh,
Berwyn.
okay.
She's an old friend of
Which
mine.
is like,
and I,
that's kind of a big deal place.
but I met her back when their family owned a little neighborhood bar that had a little tiny stage and bands played there. And I used to go there to open stage just to.
Is
You
that
know,
how
on
she
stage.
knows me?
Maybe. Well, she knows you through me, and I've known her since the late '80s when I started playing at the Roxy, and then she worked at Beat Kitchen when I
Oh,
worked
that's
there.
right.
So, yeah, so it was like things like that. But the first things in Chicago were open stage, and then eventually I got some places to give me gigs.
So when you
full
first
on.
when you first went out there on open stage, were you going out there just as Vince, your solo self, or were you?
Yeah, most of the time, or if my brother, like my little brother's a musician, also.
Hi,
and-
Tony.
Yeah, and he was in college at the time, but if he was in town, we might go out to these things together, and play together at them. But I would go out alone and do it too.
Lauren, how'd you find Vince? Where did you find Vince?
That's a story that could get people yelling at other people. Vince and I met backstage at Veruca Salt's at Summerfest.
Is that?
Oh,
the
Is
first
that
time we
pretty
met?
much it? Yes.
I
'Cause-
thought I knew you-
Summerfest is in
Yeah.
Wisconsin for the
I know,
record.
I know. And I've only gone once.
I think I
Because
knew
my
you were
friend
right.
was playing Veruca Salt, and so we had all access.
But I
So
think
that's
she had,
why.
I think she had introduced us already in Chicago, and we met a couple times, and then we really hung out.
A
that
girl,
night.
a girl I grew up with that cannot be named, and his ex-girlfriend were good friends, and so that's how we became friends.
Gotcha.
It
Cool.
cannot be named. She
I caught
that
you,
should
kid.
not
I
be
was gonna
named.
let that go.
Shall not be named. All right. Well, we
So,
all got
yeah.
friends like that.
Yes.
And then I started just kind of doing acoustic with Vince and doing a little tambourine work, and his brother would call me Tracy Partridge, and I would hate that. And so then, I always sang, but I never sang with anybody. And then
Yeah,
just
I
we
pulled
kind
her
of.
out into it one night.
Yeah.
Like, we,
Oh, really? You had never
I
really...
sang. I wasn't in a band. I sang when I was a kid. I sang in high
Yeah.
school. And I was going to be a music major, but I was an art major instead.
Right.
And but I always sang, obviously.
And that was.
Obviously.
Yeah, and I heard her sing and said, "You want to come sing with me one night? We got this gig." That was the thing. It's like
We opened acoustic at
Yeah,
Otto's in DeKalb. That
yeah,
is
we're
now.
playing DeKalb with the band, and they're like, "All right, you guys got to play all night." I'm like, "We know one set of music. With a new record out, we have like maybe an hour if we push it." They're like,
Right,
"You
right,
got to
right.
fill the whole night." I'm like, "Well, will you hire some bands?" They're like, "You can hire all the bands you want, but it's $100 no matter what.
Yeah.
If it's 5 bands, if it's 3 bands, if it's 1 band." So I'm
We've
like,
done that gig.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I have all these songs I can play alone. I'm like, Lauren, you want to sing
Or
with
with
me?
the backup singer
And
slash
she's like,
co-singer
sure. I'm
tambourine
like, and it's in
shaker.
DeKalb, and she's like, I went to college in DeKalb. I'll go there, sure.
You'll
And-
go to DeKalb, but Gray's Lake's a stretch?
Hush, hush it. This was a long time ago. I think was this still first husband or was this after?
No, I never knew your first husband.
This
was after.
the early 2000s.
How many have you gone through?
Enough. Actually, not enough. I'm thinking about the third one to be really wealthy and just keep me and my second husband together as like
On the side.
on the side.
So, yeah, but
I have plans, my friend. I have plans.
Obviously.
She's got many a plan.
That's awesome.
But I worked her into my plan, and she started singing with me, and by the end of that year, I'm like, come sing in the band. I had a bass player who was a woman who sang backup in the band, and she had to go away. She didn't have to go away. She just didn't have time because she was in a lot of bands. So I was like, I missed having her sing. She never got divorced. And at that time, her relationship was good. She never got divorced, as far as I know. Anyway, she left the band, and I was missing that voice. I'm like, do you just want to be in the band too?
Sure.
So she joined the band, and we spent a bunch of years either in the band and when the band was not functioning, let's call it, like when people would quit.
I
Yeah.
was always there.
The two of us would just go out and play acoustic all the time in between.
So when you had that problem where you had band members quit, how would you go about finding new band members?
Strange. We know a lot of musicians.
We know a lot of
Yeah.
musicians.
Is that what it is? I mean, it's just like
mostly. I mean, there's some crazy stories of putting out ads and weird people showing up.
yeah, that's
Well, and
like
the
worse,
Chris's.
right?
You didn't know the Chris's.
Chris's I started
you met
working
me.
with, but yeah, but like the ads are funny. 'Cause some
Or
guy,
a drummer.
some-
A drummer.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll get to
Oh,
that.
we've got.
Wait. Okay, stop. Wait. We got it. Let's.
Do we do want us to do a
Everybody
song?
stop.
So much.
Wait. Stop.
Is it
Everybody
song
stop.
time?
It's song time.
Okay.
Oh,
Can you guys
right.
do a song?
Yeah.
Let's do a song.
Like
What do you
that.
guys
We'll do a song, and then we'll tell stories about the
The
various people
drummer
that
and
have
the
come.
Chris's.
The Chris's. We still have a Chris.
You still have a Chris.
We left. Well, we left one of the Chris's with two Japanese co-eds in Madison because he was being a dick. And we drove home.
Okay.
We drove home
With
after a
co-eds.
gig. We drove home after a gig. And his girlfriend was none please.
We'll get to that.
So what's this song called?
Do you want to do Hold Tight?
Sure.
All right, this one's called Hold Tight.
All right.
It's off a 7-inch single we put out a few years ago
Also a good story.
that we recorded in New York
Are you
City.
making notes? We got a story about this
With
one.
Ivan Julian.
We recorded this in New York City with Ivan Julian,
Oh,
who's
wow.
a guitar player, and Richard Hell and the Voidoids. We went out to New York and recorded 3 songs with him because I had met him a few years before that in Chicago. Knew he had a studio, so I contacted him and said, "Can we come record with you?"
Can we come and record?
And he's like, "If you'll pay me, sure." I mean, he's a good guy, though, and cool to hang out with a guy from a band that's a big influence on me and make a rock and roll record with him. So this is one of the, I think it's the B side of the single. And it's called Hold Tight. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
We've only been doing this song 5 years,
fine.
and we have to check
I
the
got
lyrics.
it.
Because that's where the age shows.
God, I'm good. I am on top
I had the
of
same
things.
problem. My bass player, just his last practice, right? We go to set up, and he gets out his music book, and he puts it on. We've been playing together for 5 years. I was
Yeah.
like, get rid of that shit. What do you-
Again,
that's
it's
called-
'cause it's acoustic.
We
We
have a
got
lot
to
in
make
our
sure
head.
all
Right,
the
right.
words match
I know,
up.
word matching.
We have a
Right.
lot of things in our head. We have a lot of songs, so sometimes.
All right, let's
mishaps.
hear Hold Tight.
Ahem.
There's a buzz in my spine that powers my day. I feel electric, sparks ignite the fires all around. I wear my flaws like the badge they are. Feel the cut of the knife and it's telling me everything will be alright if I just hold tight. Jump aboard, hold on if you can. This rocket blast is heading out beyond the sun. I wear my flaws like the badge they are. Feel the cut of the knife and it's telling me everything will be alright if I just hold tight. Commitment to a higher power can bleed you dry. The poets and the prophets can open up the mind. I wear my flaws like the badge they are. Feel the cut of the knife and it's telling me everything will be alright if I just hold tight. I wear my flaws like the badge they are. Feel the cut of the knife and it's telling me everything will be alright if I just hold tight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, rounds of applause.
Round
Very
of
nice.
applause.
Very nice.
Stereo.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you, thank
So,
you.
so how would you describe your music?
It's a million things. It's,
It is
you
a million things.
Glam, trash, rock and roll, and
Yeah.
And good harmonies.
harmonies.
Harmonies were
I'd be saying,
spectacular.
great,
Harmonies are a big thing.
tremendous.
They were the greatest harmonies
Tremendous
I've ever
harmonies.
heard.
Yes.
Big league,
Greatest.
tremendous harmonies.
They were the biggest harmonies.
We are just a rock and roll ball of energy. Hopefully has memorable songs.
Sometimes
You
there's,
enjoy it a
there's
lot.
nudity.
Yeah, we
Not by
yeah.
me.
Wait,
Not by
We
me.
enjoy
Not
it a
by
lot.
me.
Caught my attention. What?
People take their clothes off. We like
It's not me.
It happens.
it happens. It happens. We don't wear a
It's
lot
warm.
to start with, and then it falls off. It's warm. We work hard.
Yeah.
a lot,
We do.
Of, lot of energy.
It's like if I did
it's
this
full
every
on-
night. If I did this every night, I'd either be dead or dead. For about different reasons.
Right.
Rich, I just had an amazing idea for one thing only now.
I'm not getting naked.
Aw.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna do it.
Thought you
Not
were
gonna
dedicated to the
do it.
band,
Not
Rich, but
gonna
okay.
do it.
Not at this
Fine.
juncture.
How many more
Just gonna
presidents
shut
can we do
doors.
tonight?
Just slam the doors shut on
I
popularity,
do a
Rich.
share
That's
that
fine.
turns into Bill Clinton, so somehow.
You gotta do this with your hands. You gotta do this thing where you hold
Something
your
happens when you share.
thumbs.
Rocky.
So, okay, so wait a minute now. There's 18 different topics on the table.
Yes, there
It
are.
feels like.
Have you just met me?
That-
That's
that-
Oh my god.
That is how
okay,
this
so I'm
band
gonna
works.
start.
That is how this band works.
So I'm gonna start with the drummer's story.
Ryan. He takes
well,
his pants off.
Well, yeah, Brian
Oh,
takes
the
his pants
other.
off. But
Oh, the other
That's
drummer
one. That's
story.
a different story
well,
entirely.
there's two drummer stories. The first one, we used to find people through ads sometimes.
Right.
And the funny thing is, like, not our Brian, but a different Brian auditioned for us a million years ago, and he was a kid. He was like 17, 18. We had been playing a long time. Never heard from him again. I would think. Eventually we did. That's where it's funny. So we pick up Brian, who plays with us now. He and this bass player used to be in another band that we played some shows with. I knew them. They used to hang out,
I used to make out with one of the guys in the band.
but not one of the ones that joined the band. So I
One of
asked
the
the
many
bass
husbands.
player.
That's
who-
a thing.
Yeah, that used to be a thing. I don't know. Is it anymore? Is it still
Oh,
a thing?
I'm married.
Okay, okay.
Love you, Eric.
But you said you're looking for a husband, so I never know.
It's different. It's different. I'm not going to kiss
Window
the old
shopping
man.
is allowed.
Thank
So
you.
I asked this kid who was playing bass in this band, I'm like, you want to play bass with us? We lost our bass player, and we were doing a lot of shows where I was playing bass, which I can play the bass, but not when I sing. It's not very good.
Too heavy.
When I'm just play the bass, it's okay. But so he's like, yeah. I'm like, you think your drummer would be interested? He's good. And I kind of knew him, but I mean, I'd seen the band, I'd hung out with him, but I didn't know him all that. He's like, let me ask him. So they joined the band. After about a year, that kind of goes to hell because the bass player, they're making a record with their band. They want to disappear. Bass player really just disappears on us one week when we had
They just
when- like he just said, I can't do the 3 gigs I said I'd do.
Oh,
I'm like,
Yeah.
when one of them's
Thanks.
this week, and he showed up at it that week, which was pretty fun. The drummer's like, I'm going to do the gigs, but the bass player came to the gig, so I'm sure he had a great time because we're awesome even without him.
Wait, he came to watch, not to play.
Yeah, he came to watch.
He came to
He said he
watch?
couldn't come, but then he said he was going to come watch.
What is that?
He's a freak show. I love him. I still hang out with him occasionally. He shows up at things. It's all good. I wouldn't be in a band with him again, but it's all good.
yeah.
Lessons
But
learned.
so they went off and did their record, and Lauren and I played a bunch of acoustic shows because, again, we were between people. And then Brian, one night we were hanging out, he came out to some show, and he's like, we should do more. I'm like, yeah, we should, because I'm ready to make a new record. I got a bunch of new songs. So he's like, let's do it. Let's start learning these songs, and we got back to it. But somewhere, was it in between or was it before Brian? I think it was before Brian.
You're asking the way wrong person about history.
I met a drummer through an event. And he was a caterer, and he's an odd guy, but he's a good drummer.
So what?
You're so weird.
He was odd.
Well,
So he,
Not like a good weird.
so
not
I met
like
him, and I
weird.
heard he was a good, yeah,
Not like weird.
yeah,
I'm pointing at them,
just
by the
a
way.
lot of weird, yeah.
We're
So
yeah, obviously.
we get this guy. I meet him. Someone says he actually is a good drummer. I'm like, all right, you want to come jam with us? He's like, sure. Comes over one night. He's great, really great drummer. We had a gig offer in a couple weeks. I'm like, you want to learn our set and play a gig in 2 weeks? He's like, sure. So we go out and we play a gig, and he's great. He kills it. And then 2 weeks later, we're practicing for another gig.
Fight.
Right, yeah.
Fight.
And he
I have bad
turns
memory.
to the guitar player, who's an old friend of mine, who's not in the band any longer, but still a great friend of mine that I've known since the early '90s. And he makes some comment to the guitar player about, can you stop screwing up? Can you take it seriously? And I miss this.
We screw up all the time.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, and we're serious, but
yeah.
silly. I mean, and it's practice.
You're having fun.
Practice is where you screw up.
Right.
you know?
Right.
But he makes this comment, and I kind of miss it, between them.
Right.
So we play a couple more, and then my guitar player packs up his stuff and walks out. He's not the
Oh.
type to just pack up his stuff and walk out. So a couple minutes later, 2 of us are talking. Drummer comes back in. He had stepped out of the house to get some air or whatever, we think.
We thought. We were wrong.
And he starts packing up his stuff, and my phone rings, and it's my guitar player going, I won't play with that guy again. I'm like, what? He's like, he came at me in the street about how I wasn't serious. 'Cause I think the guitar player said something to him about, can you screw up less? And it was a joke. It was
Right,
just
right,
like,
right, right, right,
I think
right.
that's what it was. It was like,
You're getting me all serious. Can I get a shot?
So-
Intern barkeep?
we need you. So,
I know how
Yeah,
that
Lauren,
works.
Lauren would like another drink. Can you
I
get
know,
the bottle?
Just, a shot,
Just bring the
a
bottle.
shot. He's
So-
getting me all. We don't have enough time
Yeah.
for this story.
So-
Drama.
so basically, guitar player's like, I won't play with him.
Which guitar player was this?
It was Al.
Oh.
And Al's mellow. He's like,
Oh
laid
yeah,
back
he's
guy.
like a Buddha. He's a Buddha.
Yeah, like so for him to say, I will never play with this guy again. I'm like, you sure? Talk to. I'm like, what did you? He's
Just
like,
give
well, I
him the
just gave him. I was mad that he said I wasn't serious. I'm like, he didn't say you weren't serious. So I'm like, well, you're out of the band. I'm like, because I'm not
He
kicking
does
out
what I
my
tell him.
friend Al, who's been playing with
Right,
me this whole
exactly.
time.
Oh, I guess I could force him in my class, like a
Like a
non-savage.
human- like a
a
human?
non-savage.
Be a non-savage. There you
Sorry, Vin.
go. So,
That's awesome.
so that drummer was out.
Yeah, well, and that
Yeah, I
story
would
sequel is a lot
imagine that would be the end
shorter.
of
That was the end of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
do
Then
I
we met the
choose the
Christmas.
drummer or do I choose the guy who I've known for 10 years
No,
and has
you-
been
yeah.
played with me for the last 4, who's, again, to this day is still one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
We see him every.
And I see the drummer around, and he and I are
Still
cool,
weird.
but I would never be in a
Still
band
weird.
with him
I don't like
again.
talking to him because he's creepy.
Well, you know what? We've with other bands, we've talked about the community of musicians, and it's clear to me that you've been in that community
I've
a
slept
long
in a bed
time.
with Vince more than pretty much any man on this planet,
Hello.
and it's been the. It's always like, because we both want a bed. We're adults. We get a
Yeah,
bed.
we want to sleep in a
We
bed.
wanna sleep in a bed.
We're
We're
not-
adults.
we're
Yeah.
not, there's nothing more. The joke for years has been we walk in
Oh,
everywhere,
God.
everyone assumes we're a couple.
When I was
yeah.
single, I
There's
would
nothing.
state in the microphone, we are not a couple.
There's no-
Because
She's-
I got
she's trying to
cockblocked
meet
so bad.
people.
Sure, right.
Total
Yeah.
cockblocked to New York this one time.
no,
You all
again,
day long.
And I ended
we-
up hooking up the day after for the weekend, which was nice.
When?
Patrick.
Oh yeah, New York.
After we realized we weren't together.
Yeah.
So from that
Yeah.
point on, I got to
But
think
yeah,
I'm like, we're not a
again,
couple.
We've toured
not
all
a
over.
couple.
We've slept in the same bed all over, and we can't convince people. But the truth is, there's nothing that has ever been between us other than friendship
They
and
actively
singing.
disbelieve you after you proclaim you're not together.
Yeah, no, everyone's like, "Oh, look at how you two act," and on stage we touch
just
each other,
get
and grab
along.
each other, and kiss each other
and we touch
it's
everyone on
we just
stage.
have fun, and it's just fun. That's what we do.
Chris like nuzzles.
Yeah,
Nuzzles.
everyone now. We've
Yeah,
gotten to
I
a
get
point that the
nuzzles.
whole band is comfortable nuzzling Lauren on stage. Before it just
I'm
used to be the
nuzzleable.
two of
I'm like
us.
a- I'm like a
but now
puppy dog.
everyone has been around long enough.
I gotta go to more of these shows.
So,
Where are you playing next again?
So we've been through a lot of people over the years, and then we play a show a couple years ago. And well, this like Brian, our drummer, says there's this drummer I know. He kind of works for me, or his connection through work or something, and I know him from around. He said he auditioned for you, and he was like 17 or 18, but you turned him down because he was green. I'm like, so then he turns out he joins a band with a friend of mine, and we play a couple shows together with.
See, I had brain
James's
surgery
band?
a few years ago. I remember nothing.
Yeah, with James's
Which is
band,
nice. Oh,
Super Good
okay,
Machine.
right.
Yeah, that drummer
It
auditioned
makes
for
life
us years
easier.
ago.
Movies are always new. TV shows are always new. Cities are always new. Everything's brand
Like
new
100
every time.
You're like that. What's that
Songs
movie?
are always
100
new.
First Dates or whatever. You're
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Dates are always new. No, well, that happens. Vince, how do I know
Wait,
this person?
wait.
Sorry.
I have to wrestle back control. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm wrestling back control. Have you guys left the city? Besides coming to Grays Lake, have you guys like gone on like
Yeah.
tours together?
Sure.
Oh my
but
god.
We
You
That's
know-
got to be exciting.
it's fun.
bet.
Almost
He
every
drives.
year we drive out. We drive out and play shows in New York.
Oh, cool.
And if we can get some things in between, we
People
do.
love us outside this city.
We do better
love us
outside
here,
of
but-
Chicago than. I mean, we
Really?
go to Wisconsin and play. We go downstate
Kenosha.
Illinois and play.
Oh,
Kenosha likes us.
What's his name?
Hat tricks.
Hat tricks. We're huge at hat tricks.
Wow, Kenosha.
Yeah, we do, like again we do better
Shout
in
out to
Brooklyn.
Kenosha.
We're more
grew up in
popular in
Kenosha.
Brooklyn than we are in Chicago, which
That's
is why we
crazy.
go there every year.
But don't you think there's probably it's something about? Do you think that's attributable to the type of music you're playing?
Some of it's
We're
type of the
different.
music.
We're
We're
different
different.
for
Some of
others.
it's we're only there once in a while, so like we better
It's-
see this because we're not going to be there all the time.
Right.
And we make it a shit show. We go all out. We absolutely go all out. There is
We
blood,
do in
sweat, and
Chicago
tears.
also. It's not like it's
It's true,
different
it's
in New
true.
York. It's just everywhere we go is that.
In Chicago, I'm close
But-
to home to go pass out.
But we, yeah, but we jump in the van for a few days at a time, anytime we can. Again, Brooklyn's gotten to be the big one for us for some reason. We found a club that loves us, which sadly just closed down last month.
Aw.
And we're
Yeah, our Chinatown bar closed.
our
Brooklyn
Chinatown bar,
closed.
yeah. Our
We don't
Brooklyn
think it's
bar
us
closed.
per se.
It's
Unless
not.
Hatrix goes
Maybe it
down,
was that
and then
you
we'll see what
weren't going
happens.
there enough. Right.
Yeah, if
We've
we'd have
been
played
there
there
more.
more, maybe we would have saved it.
Yeah, we just saved the
But I
club.
But yeah, so yeah, we like to jump in the van and drive a bunch of hours to play for a bunch of minutes.
And for people who've never seen us before, because the name of the band, they never know what you're going to get.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we all get up there, and they're like, "There's the guy in hot pants. There's a guy with no pants on. There's me. And then there's this girl. What's going to happen
And then
next?"
there's a skinny guy over there who's off the stage more than he's on, and every time he comes back up on stage, another piece of clothing comes off. That would be one of the Chris's.
Yeah. It's always
And
fun.
and there's two Chris's.
There were two Chris's.
The Chris story.
This Chris, who's our bass player, is still with us, been 10 years now, started working at the venue I work at. And then I ran into him at some show and we're talking and I saw his tattoo, which is bass strings. And I'm like, so what band are you in? He's like, no, I've only been in Chicago for like 3 or 4 months since I started working there from Kankakee. He's like, I'm not in a band. I'm like, as a matter of fact,
I
I
don't
need
think
a
they
new
have a
bass
lake
player.
either.
I'm like, we have a new record ready to put out that Brian and Lauren and I made with a bass player from downstate that's a buddy of mine. And a couple friends, like our old guitar player sat in, and then the guy who ended up our guitar player for a while as a fill-in, just to help us out.
Hey, Tony.
So we made this record, and we're ready to put it out, and I needed some people. And I'm looking for people, and he's like, oh, I'm not in a band. I'm like, well, let me give you some music, see if you... He's like, I like it. I'm like, come over and play some night. He goes, my roommate plays guitar. So his roommate is also named Chris and also from Kankakee, and they come and play.
Chris from Kankakee.
And it works
Chris's,
out.
Just the Chris's.
The
So it worked
Chris's.
out for a while.
Yeah.
It worked
And
well,
then-
and then we played this show in Madison that had a stripper pole on the stage. And 2 songs in, Chris is spinning around the stripper pole with the guitar, and the guitar is hitting the wall every way around.
And he breaks it out and hitting the
So it's
stripper
like,
pole.
All right then. Well,
And then we
can-
left him with some Asian girl.
2.
He's like,
no,
"I'll-"
it's 2 because
he's like, I'll get home tomorrow. I'm like, okay, you have a gig tomorrow night with your other band, and if you don't make it, they better not blame me.
and
Right,
his
right,
girlfriend
right.
was waiting for him.
Yeah,
You are an adult.
So it was not
you're
her
on
fault.
your own. I will
Right.
leave your ass in Madison.
Right.
Go
Oh, there
for
was
it.
there was the guy that owned the bar, the cross
That was
on the bar.
that was the second time. Then we go back a couple months
God.
later to Madison.
And you find Chris still there.
No, I got stalked by the
But
owner
we
of the bar
drink.
who's a
That night he
cross-dresser.
behaved because he got so drunk the night before, which wasn't with us, that he just was sober and played well and didn't jump on the stripper pole and break his guitar.
Well, that's good.
So, but
That's a plus.
but then he goes to the van to crash, and then Lauren and I and the other Chris are going to stay in the apartment above the bar. Brian had to drive home for some rehearsal on Sunday morning. It was ridiculous. So we go up to this like just trashed apartment. He gives us a case of beer as part of our payment. We go up to the apartment. We're hanging up there drinking beer. He knocks on the door. He's got the key, so he lets himself in because he's the owner of the bar in the building. He's kind of a creep.
Super creep.
He wants to come in and creep on Lauren.
Creep.
And
Oh,
we're like,
yeah.
no, you're not going to do
Nope,
that.
nope,
Then he
nope,
brings us
nope.
over to his apartment, and he's
Was I
showing us.
sleeping?
Huh?
I stayed and went to sleep, didn't I?
Yeah, we all stayed and went to sleep, but we went over to his.
I mean, I didn't. Oh, I went to his apartment. So I don't remember.
We all went to his apartment. That's where we found out about the strippers and the transvestites.
Oh, yes,
Because he's
yes.
got like
He's
got like framed pictures of the local drag queens that are his friends, which is
All
fun. I mean,
right.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's ace.
But it's like it was
Whatever.
like unexpected. Like,
Yeah.
his bar is not a gay bar and not a drag
Right.
bar. It has a stripper pole that I thought was for female strippers because he comes off as this overly macho,
Right.
crazy,
Nope.
weird, drunk bar owner.
Yep, tranny that
But
wants
I
to get in my
think he
pants.
liked the trannies, which again, that's cool if that's your thing. But it was just like he's very proud to show us this, but then he wanted to come creep on Lauren too, and we're like, we're gonna go to bed. We gotta get up in the morning and
Nothing
drive
normal.
back.
Nothing
Hasta la
normal
vista.
happens. Nothing
So then we
normal
locked the
ever
door,
happens.
and then he
We-
tried coming in again.
we
So we
actually
locked the door and put some things in front of it.
We blocked it with a chair. We blocked the door with
We
a
locked the
chair.
door with a chair, crashed, got up the next morning, drove back to Chicago, and then that bar closed down, so we didn't get to go
Aw,
back.
too bad.
We didn't get to come back.
Too bad.
We didn't get to
Closed
come
down.
back.
I'd
We
want
didn't
play
get to
that
go
bar.
back. Yeah, it's not there any
I think
longer.
we need to play that bar.
I feel like we've been playing the
Every-
wrong venue.
Yeah, we have.
Special
Obviously, been
parties.
playing the wrong
Every
venues.
trip we take, something like this happens.
Yeah, we have a lot of adventures.
Please,
Again,
Can you please take
adventures.
one thing only?
We
with
took
you
a-
one time?
we took a trip
We'll
out
just
here.
follow you. We'll,
We took a-
we'll do a
we-
15-minute set, and then you guys can just take over, and we'll just stand there and go.
We took a
"Oh
trip
my
to
God."
Grace Lake.
So far,
Hello,
there's been no
Breckenridge.
weird bar owners. We've met no transvestites. What's going on in Grace Lake?
Yeah, this
We're
is
a little
it, man.
disappointed.
This is it. You guys are the
What kind
party.
of panties are you wearing?
Red.
That's no.
You want to give us another song?
Sure.
All right. Yeah. You can grab a guitar. take a drink, do whatever you have to do.
I
Lauren
know
can
this one. Totally know this one.
Lauren can check the lyrics.
I know this one.
Which one? What is this one called?
This one is called Magazine Pages. It's going to be on our next record.
We didn't record this yet?
We recorded it without you in January.
Oh, that's
Lauren
right.
still needs to do it. The band went downstate to record. We go record my brother downstate.
Wait. Your brother has a studio? Or something?
He owns a studio in
that's
Bloomington,
awesome.
Illinois called Oxide Lounge. So we do a lot of our stuff there because it's a
Oxide
it's a-
Lounge.
It's a good setup for
Like
us.
that.
Oxide, right?
And I
He
don't
and I
know-
have been doing music for 30 years together, so
Right.
it's the symbiosis
cool.
there,
Yeah.
and he's gotten to know everyone else, so it all works out. So we were there in January laying tracks for our new record, but Lauren stayed home because
I have no attention span. I can't sit and watch
Right.
10 hours.
there's a lot of
be
days
sitting
of
there.
guitars and drums and things, so she'll get on this later.
Well, that's really
So-
cool that you and your brother, It's
Yes.
your brother, have that kind of relationship, like,
Yeah.
and that connection over the music.
Yeah, we
Yeah, the
played a
guy
lot of
that-
music together
guy
for
that-
years, and now
Does he have like a similar taste in the tunes too, or?
really, he and I have very different tastes in music. I mean, a lot of it crosses over, but he's really into different. Well, so am I, but he's not into that. He's into like weirder stuff.
It's
He's
sort
like,
of it.
he's
That
into
we're on
like-
the radio
I don't
or
care.
something.
I have no fear of saying I like the Grateful Dead, and I also
Podcast.
like T-Rex and New York Dolls, and that's what I like
Yeah.
to do on stage.
Yeah, right.
And that's what I like to write, and that's a bigger part of my life these days. But I went to college. I was a hippie in college. It happens, you know?
Right.
You
All right.
know?
I'll admit
But
it.
this is this one's going to be on our next record, probably next year. Probably won't come out later this
Magazine
year.
Pages.
Magazine Pages. So, you ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you a story. Help remember that day. She walked into his life. Should have ran away. You've heard it all before, but fools always rush in. You think you're different, but you lose before you win. Flipping through magazine pages, looking to find some truth. You never know how easy you had it when it was all handed to you. Sometimes your situation seems so clear. Go on autopilot, what is there to fear? But then it smacks you right upside your head. It should be obvious, but now you're seeing red. Expectations around every corner, we are programmed to proceed. No one ever tells you you have all that you need.
It's a bass solo.
Flipping through magazine pages, looking to find some truth. You never know how easy you had it when it was all handed to you. Flipping through magazine pages, looking to find some truth. You never know how easy you had it when it was all handed to you. When it was all handed to you. When it was all handed to you.
Woo!
There you go.
Rounds of applause.
Awesome.
You guys do that really well.
We've been practicing. This is episode 5, so we've been doing it.
We got
this down now.
Yeah, we got
You got
the
the
rounds
routine.
of applause down. Sam,
Yes, Sam.
you want to do your thing? So we're going to do this thing again. This is the 3rd week now. We're going to try this. Yeah, come on.
What it-
Sam's thing. He's
What-
got.
what
he's
thing
got-
is this?
Sam's
This
got
is Sam is
really
gonna,
nice eyebrows, Sam.
I need some advice. This is a problem I'm coming
So
across.
wait,
I know.
we're calling this. We call this
Sam's
question.
corner.
We call this
Sam's corner.
question from the intern. Okay, so now this is week 3.
I have a question
We've
from
done
Lauren.
a
How old are
question.
you, Sam?
I am 18.
They still make him. They still make him 18.
Our advice is going to kill you.
Go Go ahead,
Alright,
Sam.
So this has been an issue for me lately.
So wait, Sam, make sure the camera can see
Let's
you.
let's
too.
let's
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
look. I want to look you in the
Yeah,
eyes.
Sit down. Go ahead. Sit
I
down.
want to
sit
see
down.
Sam's eyes when he asks this
Yeah, get
question.
really comfortable. Alright, so after a long night of gigging, I often find myself with a lot of glitter on my person, in my hair.
Oh, shit,
and
yeah.
We do too. That's the thing. You've come to the right people.
So, I mean, oftentimes we'll get home and my mother will be like, "Why do you have so much glitter in your hair? What are you doing?"
You were at the library.
Yeah.
That's really the
I don't
answer.
want her to think I'm dressing up like a drag queen or something. So
You were making out with a stripper.
Yeah. So what can I say to like? Or
All of that.
What can I do
Vince?
to get all that stuff out of my
No,
hair?
nothing.
You can tell her you were doing performance art.
No, don't get it out. Why get it out?
Well, I mean, it looks a little silly too.
No, it's just.
No, it doesn't. No,
You're
it doesn't.
18.
Own
You're
the
18.
glitter.
Nothing
Own
looks
the
silly.
glitter.
That's the advice. All right.
You own the glitter. You
Thank
tell
you,
your
Sam.
mom, this is how I express
not
myself,
any
Mom.
All right. Solid.
And you're at the
I
library.
gig. I have to do this. It's part of the job.
Do you know how long it takes
Tell
to
her
get
it's going to make you
shit off
rich.
your
Glitter will make you rich.
All right.
Just like me. And
It's
Lauren.
powdered
We're
gold.
rich.
Glitter.
Powdered gold.
Yeah.
Powdered
I
gold.
know. Yeah. We.
Get out of here, Sam.
Trust me.
Thank you, Sam.
Because that's, again,
How do I get the glitter on?
That was the question
You
from the
don't?
answer.
that is for us. Because
You don't get the glitter.
at most days, like 3 days after a gig, people are
He's
like,
a
it looks
teacher,
like you have
for
glitter
Christ's
on your face. I'm like, I do.
Well, yeah.
It sticks around. It doesn't go away.
I don't really have to worry about that.
I don't have to worry about anything.
It's true.
That's
It
awesome.
works out.
Ask the
Okay.
intern.
Okay, so we're gonna. So the one thing that I definitely wanted to talk about is what you've observed in the time that you've been gigging and in music and trying to sell music. I mean,
This is where I shut up.
you know, yeah. I mean, like, what have
observed
you
nothing.
noticed? What I mean, how would you describe today, like the music business? How has it changed for you, for an artist who's like always out there? I mean, you're doing this because you love it, right?
Yeah.
You're not doing this because you're gonna.
And because we're getting rich.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna be huge.
Someday.
We're going to be huge.
Huge.
When we hit our
Huge.
peak.
We're gonna be the biggest.
It's going to be
Tremendous.
amazing. When we hit our peak. Yeah, it's different and it's the same. You're still struggling to get people to listen. You're still struggling to get people to come see you. You do it in a different way. 20, 30 years ago, I had to call people to get a gig, and I had to mail stuff out to get people to know when they're playing.
Wow.
Now I have to email people to get a gig, and I have to email and Facebook people to get them to come to the gig.
Right.
The whole thing, you and I talked the other night about this. It's weird that because of the internet, we can,
It should be easier, but people still don't come like 4
right.
blocks.
But I still get the random, someone buys our music on iTunes from Poland, or
We sign autographs.
we sign autographs when
Which
we
is
sell stuff, which is, weird.
That's awesome.
Recently, a guy sent me a podcast, internet radio show, and it was something from the first record that I kind of put out as the band. Well, I did a
like
cassette
Russia?
in the 80s, but then in like 2002, not the 80s, the 90s, excuse me, I'm dating myself. I'm dating
No, wait a
myself
minute.
either way.
It was yesterday.
But I did this record in 2002, which is the year Lauren started singing with me, and I'd sent it all over the place, and I sent it to some guy in like,
Was it Russia?
it was like Russia, Yugoslavia, Ukraine,
Russia,
somewhere over there.
Tremendous.
And he put it on his
There's
internet
no
radio
connection.
show then, told me about it. You can hear it on the internet then. And in the last 6 weeks, I get this weird Facebook message, and it's him sending me the archived version of this show that's now available from 2002, where he played
Wow.
a song from that record. And he sent it to me, and I was able to send it out to the band, none of whom are on that record except Lauren.
I'm on
And-
that record?
Yes, you are. But you're only on that record because I had a song where I got 30, 40 different people to sing backup over different times. Like I'd go to
Oh.
band's rehearsal
Oh.
spaces. I'd
Yeah,
have
yeah.
people to my house to do this shouting background.
I'm ancillary on that record.
So, yeah, you are. But then you joined the band and became important.
But
like you
looking
like
from
to be.
ancillary.
Whatever.
But
Bro,
she's
the
the, only
acorn-
one
the
who
acorn that becomes the
slightly is on that record.
I'm still here.
Yeah, you are. But all of a sudden, he sends me this thing from 2002 that he
Holy
played
crap.
somewhere in Eastern Europe, somewhere in
A wall. Borough.
So is
in
there
a
like is he
Slovak
like
nation that I can't even remember
is there,
which
like-
it is.
Is it like talking before it, like in a different language, and
Yes.
then your song?
Yes.
And
Oh,
then
yeah,
talking
it's a whole
talking in a different
episode.
language after your
It's
song.
a
We should
whole
sample
episode
that.
where he plays like all kinds of different. A lot of it's from Europe and in languages I don't understand.
Well, I understand.
And then there's us
Oh, of
singing a song in
We
English.
should sample that for our next record.
Maybe we will.
That's kind of cool.
But I mean, it
See,
pops
we just-
up.
we
I mean,
just
I
work
got a guy.
together.
I got a guy in France who reviews every record we do, and like we put out a video at the end of last year for our single "Luck" that we put
also
out
have
at
a
the
really
last of
short
the
guy that
NDR.
dances in circles at all our shows. So
Yeah, there's that. But I sent him our video, and he premiered it from his French glam rock website because he loves us. And I've never met him, but we've emailed back and forth. And when I went to France a couple of years ago on vacation, he recommended things to me because he's like, I don't live in Paris, but I go there a lot. So here's some cool places to check out.
Oh, neat.
Because he and I communicate semi-regularly, and he likes the band so much that he's like, anytime you have something, just send it to me, and I'll talk about it on my website.
Oh, that's really
Cool. And again, I get these random iTunes sales places, and we used to get more, like in the old days, we'd get more random, I want to order your record, how do I send you money, and then you mail it to me.
Right.
And all over Europe, and a couple things in Asia and South America. We were supposed to be on some compilation years ago in South
it's like I'm
America.
traveling to all these places.
Some glam rock compilation that never... I think that's how I met the guy from France. His band was going to be on this comp. We were going to be on this comp. The guy sent me the artwork, and then the comp never came out, and he never answered any of us.
Oh,
Which, again,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
giving him a song for free, and I didn't expect to make
Yeah,
money
right,
from
right,
it.
right.
Well,
But I was just expecting to get this CD full of cool bands that
Right,
are
right,
like
right, right,
us
right.
from all over the world. And I got the names of them, and I ended up contacting the one, and now I have this connection
But,
with this guy in France.
I mean, look at that! Isn't that just amazing? You think
It's
about it,
crazy.
like how easy it is, or I don't know if it's
And that
easy
was
or not.
early internet. That was like 2002, so
Yeah.
it was
Yeah, but- and-
internet,
and
but
now-
it was.
And things are just they
when we
just
play
branch
now,
out.
we make such an impact, such a surprise to people that after their shows, people are all just flabbergasted.
Yes.
Like, yeah, why aren't we bigger?
Yeah, I mean, we
It's
played
just-
last
we-
week at a show for a friend of ours, and a bunch of people we know came, of course, but
Right.
there were a bunch of people we didn't know. And
Skinheads,
those are all the people we were
slam
talking
dancing,
to afterwards.
Just craziness.
Who are like, you guys are incredible, this is the greatest thing ever. Like, there was a bunch of great bands that night, but when we got on stage, they all came up front, like, all of a sudden, and were, like, right there in our face, which is awesome. Like, they were hiding it back at the bar, and they all came
Yeah.
up for us, and then afterwards, like, I'm talking to this drunk couple from the south side, and they're like, you guys are so great, and the drummer, my boyfriend's a drummer, and he needs to meet your drummer, because your drummer's so awesome, and at first he was not sure what was going
I
on,
got
but then,
from some
but
guy
then I
how to sing
loved him.
harmonies.
Oh, I didn't
The
hear
bass
that.
player.
There you go.
Like, you're
Which
really
bass
good.
player?
The guy, you were worried, but you're really good. You do really good backup singing for Vince.
Which is not what happened.
I was like-
She is the other
I was like,
lead
do we
singer.
really want to
She
talk
is not
about
the
this,
backup.
sir?
No, that's the way you guys do it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the way you did both those songs, really.
This
Yeah.
was a man.
We both
It was a man
sing at
thing.
everything.
He was mansplaining to me.
Yeah, and we don't need that. But again, it's a bunch of random people who are like, want to meet the drummer, or someone wants to meet Lauren, or someone wants to meet Chris the bass player, or someone wants to meet Dee the guitar player, and they're all like, you guys are amazing. Then we never see them again.
But it happens everywhere we go. But it happens over and
But
over
it
again.
happens at every single show. That's the one thing I can say is consistent. If 3 people show up, one of them's going to come up and go, you're the greatest band I've ever seen.
That's cool.
And
Better
but
than none.
again,
That's pretty
we
awesome.
may never
It's better
see
than the
them
opposite,
again.
right?
Better than
but
none.
at
Yeah,
least
they would all
someone
come back
always
all once.
is like we make an impression on someone every time we do it, or they absolutely hate us, which I'm one of those
What?
guys.
Wait,
who,
what?
Once in a while that
What?
happens. But I
What?
believe in that whole thing.
No,
Either
well,
love us or hate us. I
never
don't want
happened.
that wishy-washy in the
Right,
middle.
right,
Oh, you
right,
guys are
right,
okay. No,
I've
either tell me
never-
we suck because you don't get what we're doing,
Right,
and
right.
we're not musicianly enough for you or whatever, or because we wear
don't
makeup
do
and
guitar face.
fishnets and stuff that
And
you
no
think
guitar
it's
face.
stupid, that you're just putting on a show and
I do a
you-
good
the
guitar
music
face.
doesn't
I
matter,
don't play guitar.
or they love us. So,
Right, Vince?
oh yeah, she's got the face.
Guitar face.
She sometimes even has she sings the guitar and bass parts
I do
During
guitar
the
solos.
show.
I do guitar solos.
and bass solos during the show. Even
mean,
though
Makes
the
the guitar
sometimes
player's job a little bit
Sometimes there's
easier,
nothing
that's
for me
all.
to do, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll just sing along.
I'll just sing along with the solo.
Or she'll jump off the stage and dance with people, and then Chris will tackle her, and they'll roll
Or
around
I'll
together.
get shots for the band.
Oh,
Or she'll go run and buy us shots. Or ask for free shots, really. 'Cause we shouldn't be paying for anything.
but don't you think that? I mean, I really am amazed right now. It's like you hear a lot of people like you'll hear like I don't know what's a good example, like Dave Grohl, right? Dave Grohl was talking about like I love. Don't get me wrong.
No. We could talk about Dave Grohl.
I love Dave Grohl. I love Dave Grohl. But at the same time, he was like talking about like, oh, when what's the Studio City, right? Studio
Yeah.
City closed, and it's like, oh, it was the horrible thing. It's so terrible. It's Studio City closed, and blah blah blah.
There's
and
always
I'm like,
somewhere else.
And I'm like, dude, it's a great thing that Studio City closed. because Studio City was a dinosaur because it wasn't
Yeah.
evolving, you know.
But
because this time,
I get what
you
he's
can
saying,
stretch
yeah.
it. You're stretching your, you know, you can stretch.
Yeah, but there's
music
places
out.
we like to play that are closed.
Right.
Well,
and Dave
But
Grohl
there's always going to be somewhere else. There's
right.
always
There's
gonna be
always somewhere new,
else.
and there's also the whole Dave Grohl is like, I recorded in my garage. I'm like, yeah, but you bought the Studio City
Right, you-
soundboard and Butch Vig and all his gear.
It's not
So,
exactly.
I
yeah,
can
Dave,
record in my garage too, but I don't
Dave,
have all
that
that
is not
stuff.
DIY. That
You
is not
know.
DIY, Dave.
So whatever. But I mean, the
You're a
internet
millionaire,
gives you
Rich.
this reach, but it also
Did I drink
doesn't
with
give you
Dave?
the
Did I
reach.
drink with Dave?
Which Dave? Is that Dave Grohl?
Did I? No, I drank with Taylor.
We've hung out with Taylor.
Oh, really? The
Sometimes.
drummer?
Yeah,
From
he,
Foo?
he,
No,
he
Dave.
likes to have a good time.
I bet he looks like it.
Yeah. So we,
I was at Double Door before open, and I was drunk. And I'm like, who's
Wait,
this?
I don't believe
I'm like,
that.
who's this 50-year-old boy I'm talking to? And he wasn't. It was Taylor. But he was just so little. I thought he was a little boy.
yeah, he's fun. But yeah, I mean, it's just like you can record in your garage and you can reach people across the world, or you can go into a place like this that obviously is set up to really record you better than your garage.
Right.
Can we record a whole
And-
record in here?
I think we recorded
The whole
those.
band. Imagine
could.
imagine
Yeah.
the beauty.
But you do
Mark
better.
says
you do better.
absolutely.
You do better at other studios than doing it in your garage. I don't care what
Yeah,
anyone
absolutely.
says. But you can then put it on the internet and people will find it. But people will also not find it because there isn't a
You guys,
$50,000, $500,000
Right.
ad campaign behind it.
Right.
you guys should have a
So the
2-hour
lie
special
of the
with us
internet
doing
is that
this.
everything's equal, and it's still not equal.
Right, yeah,
It's
you're
just
funny.
better.
We'd do it.
It's easier to meet
We
people.
could have a special with the whole band here doing it. We could do like a 20-minute set, and you guys have a 2-hour podcast. Oh boy!
I see where that's
And then there'll
going.
be 5 people not stopping talking. It'll be awesome.
We'll break off
Because if you get all
subgroups.
5 of us talking and drinking and playing music, it's a lot of talking.
It's got a lot of talking. I can imagine already.
We all have a lot to say.
Okay, this is it.
You're welcome.
We're gonna end this now.
Oh
Another
no.
song.
You ready? I gotta just.
Fine.
Vince, when are you gonna stop doing this?
Probably when I die.
When I moved to Spain.
I think that's a good answer.
Well, I'm not going to stop doing it. I'm just going to stop doing it with you if you move to Spain. I'm still gonna play. Like, I want to do the old man thing, and this is something I learned.
The old band. Oh, Galena. Move to Galena.
Well, yeah, where you just sit with your guitar and play.
You need a
I
dog.
mean, that's what
You
the
need
old
a dog
blues
at your
guys
feet.
do.
Yeah.
That's what the advice I got, like, kind of the advice I got from David Johansen.
They're friends, by the way.
That
In
I
case
met
you're
years-
wondering. We don't just
He's an
dabble.
acquaintance. I'm not going to say friends,
Right.
but we're acquaintances and I keep in contact. But one of his stories was, I just started Buster because I wanted to sit in a bar and play songs and be able to do that until I die like the old blues guys. And I'm like, that's a great idea. I
Yeah.
blew up for him and he made a lot of money at it.
Yeah.
And then he didn't. And then he does it again and makes a lot of money. And that's how it goes. But I at some point, I probably will be just the guy
So
in the back of the bar with the guitar.
I'll just be the crazy
because
lady on the corner singing.
she'll be singing on a street corner in Spain because that's her new place to move to.
Streetwise
Everyone will move down.
newspaper.
Exactly. But worst
Snap,
case
snap,
scenario,
snap.
I will always show up somewhere with a guitar and play the songs that I continue to write. I mean, I hope to keep doing this as a band.
Fine, it's fine.
I want to do it as a band. Iggy
Not moving
Pop
for like
is
15, we got 15
68
years
years old and still throwing himself around on
Yeah.
stage with no
Botox.
shirt on.
Yeah.
That's an inspiration right there. I'm like, I can keep playing
I don't wanna
obnoxious
look like
music
Iggy
and throw. I don't say I want to look like Iggy Pop. I just want to have the energy
God, no.
of Iggy Pop and be willing to
There's
like take my
cameras.
Go
clothes
out
off
there
and
and
throw
do
myself
it.
around
Yeah.
on
Face mask
stage.
instead of sunglasses.
I mean, he's still doing it, and he's old. I mean, in a lot of people's eyes, he's old. I don't think of him as old because it's not that much older than me.
but
he's still
70, isn't he?
Yeah, he's close to it.
That's
you know.
much
The
older
thing-
than you,
but-
Vince. Don't worry.
It is, but
Pop
he's
is like, I
but
mean-
he's still throwing himself.
Yeah.
He's not like just showing up. He's still throwing himself around on a
Absolutely.
stage and making
He's
new
still
music.
Colin, Simon, and Garfunkel.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep doing this until I fall over. I mean, there's no.
I like that
I can-
answer.
I mean,
and I
and
can't-
if I get
I
back
can't
up,
push
I'll
him
keep
over.
doing it.
But on
If
that
I get
note,
back
I
up,
can
I'll
push
keep
him
doing
over.
it.
And that's it.
You know, but there's no point in
When
quitting.
you can't get up anymore, that's when you
Yeah,
cut.
there's no point in quitting unless I can't hold a guitar or can't. There's no voice left. There's no point in not doing it.
Right. Right.
I'm here for you.
Yeah, it'll be the two of us going. I got a voice left. Let's go play a gig anyway because there's whiskey.
Don't I look great?
The whiskey will make our voices better. Where's my
Yeah.
glitter?
Glitter boy. And it all comes back to glitter.
I'll hire that guy to keep me in glitter. The intern, Sam, I need glitter and whiskey. You
Glitter
did it.
and whiskey.
You did it for me 25 years ago.
He's
and it
gonna be
worked out.
our.
Let's
He'll
keep
be our
this going.
intern. He's our intern next. He's our Glintern.
No intern.
Our
I love that.
Glintern.
Glintern.
That's the name of our next record.
Copyright
Glintern.
Lord, Glintern.
Glintern.
Bam. Pew, pew,
That's
pew.
awesome. Get a shirt, Glintern.
I mean, it would be glitter, obviously.
Oh, yeah, it would be glitter.
Shirt is just going to be laminated across my chest.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks
I
for
want to
having
thank
us.
you so much for coming in today.
Glad
This
to.
was enlightening.
Like I
We're
said,
gonna
we
get a
like to
hotel up
drive
the street.
places for a long time to do a little bit.
We're gonna
Just
get a
fit the
hotel.
bill.
See you guys in the morning. See you guys
We're
in
gonna
the
play
morning.
out with one of your songs. We're gonna play out with a song called
Luck, which let me quickly say, and I should have brought it in here to show you folks. It's a single we put out last year, and it's on a postcard, like
cool.
kind of like
Like a cereal box used to be when
like
you were
used to
kids.
get it off.
Yeah.
It's one of those, and it's the single, and it has a download with it, and we sell that at shows and online.
Oh, is that
and,
awesome? Cool.
For the old people
so
out there.
it looks cool, and it's a piece of cardboard you can actually put on a record player and play the song.
A record player.
We put out everything mostly on vinyl.
I have a record player.
and because I grew up with that, so mostly everything we put out is on vinyl.
That's awesome.
Or
And-
paper.
or paper
Or paper,
with some
cardboard.
plastic over it.
Yeah.
I have some in my case. I'll give them to you guys. But
That's
that's the
awesome.
song you're gonna play.
Give
We
away
put it
in the
out
next
late
podcast.
last fall. We put this song out.
So
There you
luck.
go.
Luck.
So I want to thank the band or the artist. I'm going to get it right. The artist
Hope so.
formerly known as Vince Band.
Vince.
You guys are awesome.
That's Vince.
Thanks for
Vince,
having us.
thank you. Lauren, thank you.
My pleasure.
And I want to do this again someday.
Telling you, I'm not joking. The full band here would be a good time.
It would be.
I'm a little frightened.
Can we camp out? Can we camp out in the hallway?
I'm a little frightened.
Don't know.
Yeah, it'll be great.
It's gonna be fine.
All right, guys, we're going to play out with luck. Thank
Thanks
you for coming
having
in
us.
today.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
We
Out of the
appreciate you having
Garage
us.
podcast. Thank you for listening. Good night.